Nappy Dreamer.
And I'm Kia Blaine.
And we are the Melanin Mindset.
What's good, everybody, and welcome if it's your first time viewing. Welcome back if you're returning. I'm the Nappy Dreamer.
And I'm Kia Blaine.
And we are the
The
Melanin
Melanin
Mindset.
Mindset.
So listen, if it's your first time here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on those notification bells and make sure you give this live a thumbs up. If you are seeing us on Facebook, go ahead and like and share this live as well. Make sure that you're also tuned in and following the Melanin Mindset on Facebook. We're out on Instagram and Twitter, Melanin Mindset _. And then, of course, we're out on TikTok at the Melanin Mindset. So listen, if you're not already plugged in with us wherever you can possibly be plugged, what are you doing? That's all I have. Thank you. Friend, go ahead and do that thing that you do.
So, guys, today we are honoring Women's History Month. It's March. If you didn't know, March is Women's History Month. Is it me or like 10 years ago, all these months didn't have an assignment?
I'm so done.
Like, every month is something now, and today is Women's History Month. So, we talked about a few misconceptions, and we're going to talk about why it's important to celebrate Women's History Month, as well as talk about some people to take note of and to watch during this Women's History Month. So yeah, that's that.
Oh man, friend, I can't deal.
You know, like, I almost feel bad that I don't have the level of passion I have when we were talking about Black History Month for Women's History Month. But that's probably because, like I said, it's a fairly new concept. And in Black History Month, we do honor both men and women. It's not just like we're only honoring. And then we're the Melanin Mindset, so I guess we're just going to talk about them same melanated women that we honored last month.
I cannot.
You know?
I can't. I don't know. Oh man, so Frank, you know we like to share a little bit of information about how things work, if you will. So if you want to kick off with those first 2 points on there, that would be really dope.
What the first 2 points about what?
On the document.
Oh, okay, that Women's History Month is during March. I think I already said that. And it's celebrated in the United States, United Kingdom, and Australia, corresponding with International Women's Day on March 8th, and during October in Canada, corresponding with the celebration of Persons Day on October 18th. What the heck is Persons Day?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I said I was going to look that up, but yeah,
because you put it
Day
there, and I don't have nothing else to say about it because I don't know what it is. In 1987, after being petitioned by National Women's History Project, Congress passed a bill, or what is that? Is that a bill designating the month of March in 1987? So women, also, it's not new, just new to us or new to me. I think I remember hearing about it last year, but just not so much. Not so much in like media aspects. Like, have you heard anybody? Well, I don't watch TV, but I mean,
I was gonna say, I don't watch regular TV.
I don't watch regular TV either. But like, even through myself, but even still, like Black History Month, Netflix had a whole category.
Facts.
Do they have it for Women's History Month?
I don't know. I should Google that. Does Netflix have a Women's History Month category?
I'm just thinking, like, I've been on Netflix. Maybe it does, because you know what? At the top of my Netflix, when I went on there last night, there was some more. There was the Woman King. So maybe they just doing it, but a little more subtle.
Yeah,
not
maybe
as
they just
direct as it was for Black History Month. And another misconception that people have is that, like, Women's History Month is only for feminists, which to me, like, just to have that thought process is a problem, because why do you think that, like, because, well, feminism is mostly like us, rooting for our right to be equal with men and all of that thing, but do you think that only us worrying about our equality, that women didn't have history, that they didn't make changes in this world?
That's a tough one to swallow, to think
Mm-hmm.
feminists would recognize Women's
Okay,
History
Jimmy said
Month.
Disney has a special for Women's History Month.
Oh, they do?
That's what he said.
Oh, wow. I'm going to look that up. I'm actually intrigued.
Hmm.
But no, but to think that Women's History Month would only be for like feminists is a bit far fetched. So what you're implying then is saying that if you are supporting or acknowledging the success or gains, that women are making at any designated period of time, basically you're a feminist, and that's
Hmm.
crazy. That's crazy. It's like a label for everything, bruh.
That
It's a
should be an
label for
episode.
everything.
We
That
should do
should
that as
be.
an episode, feminism, because honestly, the way I used to view feminism, like I never saw it as a bad thing. But then you have so many people that make it seem like it's so horrible. Like you're trying to replace a man, you're trying to be a man, but I just don't I think it's just the matter of I want to be equal.
I agree with that. I feel like we've shared a few things back and forth lately that talked to the point of masculine females.
Mhm.
We've definitely dived on that. I think we should talk about that. That should definitely be an episode.
Yeah.
That should definitely be an episode. So when looking at Women's History Month, we're looking to celebrate the achievements of women, right? So we're looking at it as an opportunity to honor the significant women and contributions throughout society. So there are some women that we had looked up. I'm just going to name one for now, friend, and then I guess we could just intertwine them with the different points. But the first one that we had on the list is Maya Angelou. She was a poet and memoirist and civil rights activist known for her book "I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings." Do you have any thoughts on Maya Angelou? Like, I know as a kid I grew up hearing about her, and not just to the point of women's history. Like, I heard about Maya Angelou in like literature classes outside of Black History Month. So
Mhm.
she was definitely one who was prevalent when I was in school for sure. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I always only heard of Maya Angelou as a poet and in my English classes. So
Oh,
it wasn't until I became an adult that I realized she was a civil rights activist. But I've always known of Maya Angelou, but not really sure, other than her being a poet, what she was.
oh wow. I could honestly say I don't think that we talk much outside of her literature. Everything, even outside of like English classes and reading and other like subjects like that, even outside of that, we talked about Maya Angelou's, her catalog of poems. You know what I mean? We didn't really talk a whole
Mhm.
lot about any activism, and that's true. I didn't get that until I was older, but we heard a lot about her writing and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
hmm And so, what about using Women's History Month to raise awareness, right? So, using this month to help raise awareness to the often overlooked contributions of women. Remember, you and I were talking about the lady who basically saved the world, for lack of better words, during COVID. It was a black woman who engineered the VoIP system,
Mm.
the voice over IP, like how you all are
Mhm.
doing Skype and Teams
Oh,
and
yes. Yes.
all of
And
that.
Zoom and all of that stuff.
It was a black woman.
Who created that technology? Yeah.
Bruh, that blew my mind.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
saw that and I'm like, huh? Why is this not common information?
And I think it is important to raise awareness that there are no limitations on what you can decide to be, other than the ones you have personally,
Facts.
right? So, like, if you want to play a sport, you want to work in a certain field, your being a woman shouldn't deter you from that or make you not want to do it because it seems like it's a man's job or something like that. Like, I do think, like, historically, acknowledging the things that women are doing and have done is important for us to for younger women to see, so that it's like, oh, well, I could do that too. You know what I mean?
That's facts. And that's actually the next point. We're talking about inspiring the future generations.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Make sure that we're celebrating to inspire them. Because that's facts. I told you, my nieces always swear up and down that I live in a mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Without fail, they come to my house, they think I live in a mansion. Now, all right, I know my house is a far cry from a mansion. I know
Mm-hmm.
that, okay? But when they say things like that, or they look and they say, "Oh, my auntie's rich," and I'm just like, you right, and
Mm-hmm.
is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
and is, because I'm doing everything that I can to try to get there. So it's like it's women's history is more than just the people who are on the cover of the newspaper. You get what I
Yeah.
mean? Or the cover of the magazines or the forefront of Google. You know, like,
All of
you know how
that.
you go on
Yeah.
Google, you got all them stories. Yeah, it's more than that. And
Mm-hmm.
it's that representation that we give to those next generations. Because, friend, what do you think they think? Like, you think little girls nowadays are looking at things like they are capable of pretty much anything? Do you feel like that's how little girls are looking these
You
days?
know what's sad? It depends on where they live.
Mm.
I really do think it depends on where they live. Because there was another topic that you and I had talked about, and I'm not going to bring it up, but it was funny how relatable the topic was to you and even my daughter. But it wasn't so relatable to me because of where I grew up. Like the experience
Okay, I
that
remember.
the experience that you guys were saying you went through, I was like, well, I ain't never had to go through that. And it was because of where I grew up.
Facts.
So I do believe it depends on, first of all, it depends on, what's being fed to this child. You know, community is everything. Family is everything. The people that they look up to first and the people that they're going to emulate first is the ones who are closest to them, being mom, sister, auntie, teacher. Those are the people who have the most influence on the younger generation. And if those people don't understand, or don't feel as though they could be more, or it's not going to translate over into their children.
Right. That's like the story I had told you about the flea. Right. The flea has like a 6 foot vertical.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like it was Steve Harvey who told the story where he's like, if you take a flea and you put it in a jar, if the lid off, it's going to have a 6 foot vertical. It'll jump out of the jar. But if you put
Mm-hmm.
a lid on the jar, it'll keep trying to jump the 6 feet, however many inches up it can jump.
Yeah.
But it's not going to get anywhere. It's going to keep hitting the lid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you leave that lid there long enough, even if you introduce a
Take it
whole other
off.
flea,
Mm-hmm.
that other flea is going to acclimate
Yep.
to what that other flea did. So now they're going to start their little family. And guess what's going to happen? A flea that is initially designed to have a 6 foot vertical
Yep.
will start to produce fleas that believe they should only be jumping about 6 inches. Not even
Mm-hmm.
6 inches. What, mason jars or
Yeah.
however
Yeah.
big that
About
is.
six
Yeah.
inches. Mm-hmm.
So it's the same thing. So yeah, that's true. It's conditional.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Well,
conditional.
so the Women's History Month, and it is important to like really shine it so that even if the younger generation may or may not be believing, it's important to inspire the older generation, because those are the people who lived through women not having rights, and now it's like you're trying to tell them, oh no, you should do this, it's a good thing. Like, I don't know, I had a student whose grandmother, she wanted to go into the Navy, I think, and she ended up in my class for cosmetology. And it was interesting to me because, one of the first things they do when they come is to say why they chose cosmetology. And I read all of these essays, and I was reading her essay, and she's like, well, I've always dreamt of going into the Navy, but against what I wanted to do, my grandmother said I should go to school for hair because I was pretty good at it. And
Oh,
it was
wow.
like, well, I mean, you should do what you're passionate about. She said, no, the Navy's for men. It's not for women. It's basically what our grandmother told her. And this chick was in cosmetology school. Needless to say, after about a good few hours of me, I will tell you, you will get the impression, if I don't directly tell you, that you need to do what you're passionate about if you would like to have any bit of happiness throughout your
That's
life.
facts.
And
Chase your
so
dreams.
I think she was in class for about 3 days, and hopefully she went on to live her dream of being a Navy person. I don't know if she did or not, but hopefully she's a soldier because that's what she wanted to be. long round of applause. Why it won't stop? Okay. That's weird. Girl, all I hear is the round of applause. Okay, so is it me or is it you? I need the viewers to tell us who they hear because I'm confused. Okay, it's Nappy, not me. I didn't think it was me. Do y'all hear the round of applause? Keep going because that's what I hear. Okay, I thought so. Because she had me over here tripping. I still hear this round of applause. Say something. Oh, it's a nappy issue. Okay, same thing. Y'all hear the round of applause. It's you.
Can you hear me?
I hear you now, but I don't see you moving. Okay, now you're moving. Yeah, all it was, the round of applause just kept going.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear me? Girl. I was about to tell her unplug that thing. I guess she'll figure it out. But anyway, now I don't remember where we were. What was our train of thought? We was raising awareness. We was inspiring future generations. Oh, I was talking about the girl who I wonder now. I can't even remember that girl's name, but I really do want to look her up. I hope she did become a soldier because she really was passionate about it. Even in the 3 days that I talked to her, like that's really what she wanted to do. But her parents discouraged her for whatever reason. So anyway, I'm just gonna keep going until Neppy comes back. Hopefully she comes back. Recognizing the ongoing struggle for gender equality. Okay, so myself, you guys know I'm in the hair industry, and I don't have as many situations where I feel like there's an inequality within my industry of male versus female. But I will say this: there is this little thing where a lot of people will go to a male hairstylist because they think just because it's a male they're better, or it's because it's a male you're going to get a better shampoo, or they just I really feel like most women that do prefer male hairdressers just like being manhandled because I don't I I have seen great male hairstylists and I have seen some crappy ones, and the same thing for female hairstylists. I have seen some great female hairstylists and I have seen some not so great female hairstylists. But you guys that are viewing, have you ever known or heard of where, two people doing the same job, one male, one female, but female getting less pay than the male counterparts? And I do believe I have a statistic, male versus female pay. Let me see. Yeah, it says the gender gap pay has remained relatively stable in the United States over the past 20 years or so. In 2022, women earned an average of 82% of what men earned. So that means they got paid 18% more in the same field with the same job. Why? Why? If we both are working the same job, why? What's the difference? If we're both working the same job, we both have the same background. If you look at our resume, we both in school. Why would a male get paid more than a female, Nappy?
No clue why that would happen.
Okay, make sure I can hear you.
Oh, I hate you so much. Listen, it's crazy because I was talking and then
No, when you told me you couldn't hear me, I'm like, I just hear this constant clapping. And I didn't know. I'm like, well, why do I hear the clapping? And I refresh mine, and I still just hear this clapping.
Bruh. All right, so we're gonna test. So we is back
Okay, it
and we is
actually
good.
stopped. It actually stopped.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that was even about, but thank y'all so much for hanging with us while we figured out what
Mm-hmm.
that was, because that was that. Um,
So
but yeah,
while you were figuring that out, I talked about equality
yeah,
between the wage gap and gender equality. So that's where I kind of started at.
yeah, that's really a thing because I've sat around with different groups of people and experienced where there'll be gentlemen in the midst and they're making a good buck, six of those figures involved in their
Mm-hmm.
pay, and I mean leaning heavy into those six digits,
Yeah,
whereas I can see a woman that does the same type of work, and I mean they're barely leaning into five.
yeah,
So, well, I shouldn't say barely, they're leaning into five, just not as heavy, you
yeah. And
know.
I feel like the biggest discouragement is when you see it within the same company.
Facts.
Yeah. You got two
Especially if you
people
see it
doing
in
the
the
same
direction you want to
thing,
go in.
started at the same time, have the same background, have the same that, and they're not getting paid the same. Like it really makes you go like, is there just some rule somewhere that says pay females less? Or mm.
Girl, listen, don't even know, but yeah, it's quite
Yeah, women
discouraging.
are paid 83 cents to every dollar a
Oh,
man
you're
earns.
looking. I thought that was in the comment section.
No,
Girl,
no,
I'm
no,
over
no,
here
no.
in the
I was
comments.
on the
I'm about to say, okay, somebody better come through with the
yeah. So
facts.
what I was saying while you were on your lunch break
Oh,
was that in my industry, I can't, well, technically in my industry, I can't base a wage gap on gender. If you just more popular and have better marketing skills, then you might make more money then. But
now
I
you know
have
women like to
seen.
go see men to get their hair
That's what I
shampooed.
said. I did. I said there is this little bias where you have some group of women just like, I just like the way a man shampoos my hair, and I just like the way that men do this. But then, like, and not to throw no shade on male hairdressers because there are some great ones out there.
We
But
just spoke about one.
just from experience, I have received a lot of female clients who were previously going to males that done snatched these heifers bald. Now they tired of being snatched bald and they want to grow their hair back and they want to know how to treat it. And now you over here. Because not to say that a male can't or won't, because like I said, there are great male hairstylists out there. But sometimes when it comes to something like that, I can more relate to what you're going through because we live the same experiences, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Valid,
Like,
valid.
I had a guy do my hair one time in a short style, and the way he put the hair, where he installed the hair, I had to take it off in a couple days. I'm like, my head cannot breathe. But
Mm.
he has never experienced what a whole head of hair glued on your head feels like. Because
Now listen.
now you got your queens out here, but I'm not talking about them right now. I'm just talking about regular males who usually got clean cuts and they out here doing females' hair. You don't know what that feels like. So you're just doing what looks aesthetic, but you're not thinking about how it's affecting my hair, how it's affecting my level of comfort, etc.
Now, friend,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say this something to another point, but on the other side of the world,
Mm-hmm.
when dealing with doctors,
Mm-hmm.
gynecologists in particular,
Mm-hmm.
my
Mm-hmm.
preference would definitely be, and I'm sorry, is to have a male gynecologist.
Really?
Yes, they are far more gentle in my experience.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like, okay, I've gotten a PAP with a woman and I've had a PAP with a male physician. Now, granted, I've only had one male gynecologist, but I had a few female gynecologists.
Mm-hmm.
PAPs are not a pleasant experience for anyone, no matter what, but it was less horrible when I had a male gynecologist.
Now, y'all know how many kids I got, so I've had both.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't say that I preferred one or over the other.
Mm.
I can't say that because when I had my kids down here in Florida, I went to a group. So depending on who was available when I went, I could have got the guy or I could have got one of the female doctors.
Mm.
And I don't know. I can't say that I felt any more comfortable with one than the other, and that's just me. I didn't care. Just get this doggone kid out of here. It could have been a cat, a dog. As long as they knew what they was doing and was going to help me reach my end goal, I didn't care.
Listen, even my specialists, though, even my specialists, like for respiratory and other things like that, the male doctors, I don't know why, they were far more compassionate to me than the women were.
Now, it makes me wonder, do you think the male doctors pay more than the female doctors?
I'm sure they do, and I don't doubt it for 2 whole seconds.
Mm.
And I maybe that's why those female doctors have made me so uncomfortable.
Maybe that's why they
Because they
mad.
feel a type of way.
They over there feeling some type of way.
They feel a type of way.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Well, friend, it's about that time in the episode that we do, each week where we kind of remind them that we are brand ambassadors for Dianu Apparel, which means that y'all should be heading on over to the link down in our description below so that you can purchase with 15% off. But before we come back, before we continue, I'm going to go ahead and play the commercial, friend. So y'all, we'll be right back. Hang with us just 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah. What's good, Mindset family? The Melanin Mindset is thrilled to announce we are the newest brand ambassadors for Dianu Apparel. Dianu Apparel is a Black-owned apparel company that offers trendy African-inspired prints in each and every garment. They're offering our listeners 15% off their purchases just by using promo code Melanin Mindset. There's something for him, there's something for her, and there's even something for the kids. So head right over to dianu.com using the description link down below, or just simply enter Melanin Mindset at checkout and save today. Thank y'all so much for hanging in there with us. We are back. Listen, if you're not already subscribed to the Melanin Mindset on YouTube, go ahead and head over there right now. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bells, give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you share it with somebody you care about. Find us out there on Facebook, The Melanin Mindset, Instagram and Twitter, Melanin Mindset _, as well as TikTok at The Melanin Mindset, where you all can be plugged in with us at each and every outlet. And y'all already know what time it is. It is time to show the picture of Nick and Naya in their beautiful Dianu, where they did save 15% by using promo code Melanin Mindset, and you can too. Last thing that I'm going to put up on the screen is please go ahead and join the MFN family by purchasing your Melanin Mindset t-shirt and scanning the code right here. Go ahead, scan the code right there, and you can purchase a Melanin Mindset tee. All right, so friend, what do we have here? It looks like just before we had left off to break. Is it just your preference and how you were brought and raised to make you prefer one or the other? No, actually what ended up happening with me is that I experienced the male physician, and I had female physicians, so I thought certain things were just what they were, because it's like when you're in a certain region of the body. And the same thing with dealing with asthma. Like dealing with those female doctors, it just seemed as though, they're my doctor. I trust my doctor. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not the person. I do Google to my detriment, but I'm not about to walk in the doctor's office and tell them I looked this thing up online. Like, I'm trusting my doctor. So in my experience, bedside manner included, it has just been better with male physicians. And yeah, that's just an experience thing. That's it.
I've never had a male primary. Only male doctors I haven't come encounter with are the female doctors, the OBGYN. But I can't pinpoint me preferencing one over the other. So I'm really like thinking hard. I can't. But anyway.
I'm so done. Yeah, but that's what it was for me, though. That's what happened with me. It's just my experience and stuff. That's all. He said he wants to see the red outfit.
I don't know what red outfit.
I think there's another pic of Nick and Naya we need to switch to.
Oh, but they weren't in Dianu in the other picture. That's why we didn't share the other picture.
Oh, the red and black pants weren't Dianu?
No.
Oh.
Now I don't know. Naya, if you watching, were they Dianu? I don't think so.
Naya, go ahead and submit your Dianu pictures to the melanatedmindset at gmail.com, and we'll be happy to feature them in our next episode. So, fostering community. Women's History Month can bring people together to celebrate women's achievement and support each other's ongoing struggle for gender equality. It's kind of what you just tackled just now. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Uh, Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Mm-mm.
So it says also you can use Women's History Month to empower women. So celebrating Women's History Month can empower women by reminding them of their own strength, resilience, and potential. Friend, I'm asking you, who is your biggest inspiration? Like in female history, who has potentially impacted you the most? And I know that's probably a big one.
That is not a big one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
And
ahead.
I'm gonna sound real. You gonna judge me by who I say?
I'm not.
Beyonce.
Hmm.
See, you judged me.
Mm-mm.
But yes, Beyonce, because this chick has adapted to different challenges in her life and still comes out on top every single time. With the mass amount of haters, with the whatever judging her on how she look, how she's done, how she's given birth to kids, and never have I seen her come on social media cussing people out about what has been said. Never have I she's done it so gracefully with all of the opposition and haters, and never have you seen her sit down and even address them. It's just it is what it is, and I'm gonna keep being a boss, and y'all gonna keep watching me win. And even if we talk about women's history, I think so too. Why she's so inspirational to me is because we're the same age, and it's
Mm.
just like I grew up with her, but I've watched her grow way beyond me. But and just never missing a beat, and like I almost feel like she's my sister cousin, and I'm just proud of her. And I just watch her complete when she won that last Grammy that made her have the most Grammys ever won by any artist. And granted, she ain't the greatest artist ever to live, but she has one. If you base it on who's won the most awards, she's won more Grammys than any artist in any genre.
Mm.
Like, yeah, that's me. I'm Beehive, but not for why what most people are. But I'm Beehive for that reason.
Listen, I
Her
just watched
business
Swarm, so I
ethic
ain't got jack to say.
and the way she works crap. Now, I didn't finish watching Swarm, but that was some creepy crap. I watched one episode and I was like, nope.
Whoa.
I
If
said,
you haven't
no,
already,
ma'am.
it's on Amazon. Okay.
Hmm.
Amazon. What is the channel? What is it?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Okay. Prime Video. That's what it's called.
Hmm.
So it's called Swarm, and it's on Prime Video.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
There's no way to explain it. You just gonna have to look it up for yourself.
You have to experience it.
It's an experience. It's an experience that I cut very short.
You have to experience it. Oh man. So friend, of
But
course you
no,
know
now
the
you gotta answer.
I cannot answer. I'm not following that right now.
What do you mean? You have to.
I was listening to you so hard, I had my answer on the tip of my tongue, but you kept going. So I don't have that well formulated a response anymore.
You don't have to. What do you mean? There's somebody. You gotta name somebody now.
All right,
Anybody.
so it's more than one, but I'll just grab one, and the one will actually be Whoopi Goldberg.
Okay. Why
Whoopi
Whoopi
Goldberg,
Goldberg?
because she has dedicated herself to doing what makes her life feel whole.
Period.
She focuses on her life being whole. She is without guard willing to accept when someone says she's wrong, whether she agrees with them or not. And that
Hmm.
is something I'm definitely working hard on. Like, for example, anybody who listens to the radio or looks at TV, just recently she had to apologize because she said gypped. And that's a whole other thing because we talked about how we were going to discuss like literally everything's offensive at this point.
What's wrong
But,
with being gypped? I mean, other
gypped,
than being gypped.
right. Yeah, she was like, they were gypped. Basically, they were slighted, cheated, whatever. And
Yeah.
that's the definition of gypped. However, the origin of the word gypped is rooted in gypsy culture, and it offended that particular group of people. And she shouldn't have said that. It's racist slander. Friend, fix your face, because I felt the same way. So, Whoopi Goldberg went ahead and apologized. Not that she agrees, but that her intent was never to offend. And without reservations, she's also facing a lot of seniors in Hollywood giving her some current pushback because she refuses to go under the knife. And she's allowing her body to do what her body should do. It's aging. It is what it is. But no, Whoopi Goldberg, because she went from not being what people would call mainstream beautiful and still found her own pathway in mainstream and did her own thing. So I just like her being herself and her without regard for other people, making sure she keeps herself together. All while, she does things to make life feel good.
Girl, I'm okay. We're gonna move.
I know. That's another episode. All right, so a notable woman in Black history as a whole, y'all, is the one and only mother Harriet Tubman. Okay, and when you look up anything to do with notable women in Black history, I'm not Black history. I'm sorry, y'all. Different month. Notable women in history. She comes up because she was an abolitionist. She was a political activist. She escaped slavery as well as helped a ton of other people gain their freedom through the Underground Railroad. Y'all, let's give it up one time for the mother. Yes, sir.
And I want you to do something real quick.
What's
Just
up?
for if we have any younger viewers, could you explain what the Underground Railroad is? And that is not an actual railroad. Has nothing to do with trains.
Yeah, the Underground Railroad was literally the pathway that Harriet Tubman had put together to lead slaves to freedom. So it was a designated pathway to lead slaves to freedom. It also had the safe houses and stuff, like different places they could stop and still stay secure as they traveled to the South.
All right.
Yes, they
go. So basically,
Frank, you tried to put me on the spot just now. You tried to put me on
I just knew
spot.
You would articulate it better than I would. So for real, Harriet Tubman was the first Google Maps.
Period.
She
Map
made a
Quest
journey. She was
Map Quest. Yes. Can we give it up one more time for Harriet though? Let's say
go left, don't go right, because you're gonna die. When you get to the tree, that's basically what the Underground was, a set of instructions to tell you how to safely get from the South to the Union without dying.
Right. And to the point earlier, Jimmy says she wasn't talking to that group. They took it out of context.
Yes,
And that's a fact. They absolutely took it out of context.
They had nothing to do with it. Just like they did with Cardi, talking about the people eyes, talking about her baby eyes.
Oh, Cardi B, when she said the baby had chinky eyes. Bro!
Let me tell you what the problem.
Let
me tell you what the whole problem is. The English language is not a language. It's a bunch. Y'all done took these words from other languages and put it all together in a little Scrabble bag and shook it up and dumped out these words and said, okay, this is the English language. And all the words come from different countries and have different meanings. And then on top of that, the words wasn't enough. Y'all want to make slang. And then words that sound the same but don't mean the same, and words that mean the same and they're not the same. Like, it's English. Whoever created it, it's their fault. So whenever they say a word and it offends somebody, y'all go back and look and see who created slang in the English language, and you'll be offended by them.
My thing is this. What they were saying was, I don't see anybody getting all up in Merriam-Webster's behind over the term, because it's in the dictionary. She used it in the correct context. There's nothing about what she said that was messed up. But again, that is another argument for another day. But I'm just saying, that's facts. That's facts. We are so glad you were able to make it in. And Stan, we are not playing with you this evening.
Is what a historic site.
The Underground Railroad. Okay? We are not playing with Stan on this evening. Amen.
All right. Another
notable
notable
woman.
woman.
Go ahead, friend.
Auntie Rosa. Everybody know
Hello.
Auntie Rosa is a civil rights activist who famously refused to give up her seat on the Montgomery, Alabama bus, sparking the Montgomery bus boycott. You know what I wonder though, and this is I'm just thinking about it right now because I didn't research it. Like, are there speeches and things where Rosa Parks really came out and talked about her experience and stuff? Because I just don't know.
I'm
Like,
here to tell you the facts. What Mother
okay, go
Rosa
ahead.
told the people
Go ahead,
is the
tell
fact
it.
that she did not sit in an incorrect location. She sat in the designated area. So a lot of people were like, oh, she refused to sit in the back of the bus, and they're wrong.
I do
She
remember that.
absolutely was sitting in the back
She
of the
was sitting
bus.
where she was assigned.
Right.
Yes.
But what happened is that a white man got on, I'm sorry, ooh, a non-melanated
Non-melanated.
gentleman got on the bus, and he was asking for, well, not even asking for a seat. The bus driver was trying to make her give up her space for that man to have a seat because he was standing, and Mother Rosa refused because she was in the correct place. Her question to him was, am I not in the right place?
Mm-hmm.
And because she said to him that it wasn't necessarily her complete refusal, and this is no refute to the mother, because Rosa is still who she is.
Yes.
But at the same time,
She was just living her life.
yeah, she
They
just was. It
basically
was a
got
regular
thrown
day,
into.
basically. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so, also another note in history, and I can't remember her name right now, but apparently there was a young African American woman who was not of such fair complexion who had actually refused her seat on the bus prior to that happening. But that's
Mm.
another episode,
That's another
y'all.
episode too.
Yes,
Cause why
honey.
why
For the
isn't
T for
she the
Black
civil rights
History.
activist? Cause she said I ain't
Yes.
giving up my seat on purpose.
Listen, we need to go ahead and we need to have that pour some tea for Black History, and we
Yes.
start to tell them some of the things in Black History that kind of got shaken up because there was another young lady before Mother Rosa,
Mm-hmm.
but Mother Rosa better fit the appearance for the moment.
And that was us, and that was us too. Who would put
Mm-hmm.
that anyway, moving along.
Yeah, we're gonna
There's
head go.
incredible young black women who are making history right now, right today.
Oh,
Um,
thank you.
Here are three to consider celebrating in 2023. It says Women's History Month, but it's the end of the month. We're gonna celebrate all year.
Period.
Amanda Gorman is the youngest inaugural poet in U.S. history who has already made a significant impact with her wonderful, powerful words and activism.
Facts. I can't remember. I believe she's the young lady who spoke at the inauguration for President Biden.
Uh huh.
I feel like that's her. I'm not 1,000% positive. I know you're looking it up.
Uh huh.
I believe that is her though. And I remember when my job allowed us to watch the inauguration, and we did, of course. And it was quite impactful. It was pretty cool. Her speech powerful is just to say the least.
Yes, her work focused on issues of oppression, feminism, race, and marginalization, as well as the African American diaspora. Gorman was the first person to be named National Youth Poet Laureate. Laureate? I ain't never seen that word before. See,
Laureate.
they probably took it from another country. She
Oh,
published poetry. uh, that's killer words. What's
I'm
that
not
word
fooling
mean?
with you.
What's that word mean?
Oh God,
How
friend,
you,
this is
you said it,
laureate.
friend.
It's
What's that
laureate.
mean? I want to
I'm not.
know.
Now
Look,
listen.
I click on it and it say translate to English. Anyway,
Listen. A person who is honored with an award for outstanding creative or intellectual achievement. Laureate.
uh-huh. It's
Laureate.
Latin, original Latin
Mm, amen.
origins.
Amen.
Anyway,
Naomi Osaka, friend.
uh-huh. Who's Naomi Osaka?
I don't know, but is she? Huh.
She's a
Okay.
tennis player that's out here killing it. And she's an advocate for mental health and social justice while also dominating the tennis court.
Yes. She is the child of Leonard Francois and Tamaki Osaka. She is Afro Asian. I mean, Afro Japanese. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, she has been ranked number one in singles by the Women's Tennis Association, as
Mm-hmm.
well as the first Asian player to hold the top ranking season singles. Friend, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So her dad's black and her mom is Asian.
Mm-hmm.
All of her headers say she is a Japanese professional or Asian professional.
I
Did they
just noticed
just
that
did they literally
they
skip?
took away the black part.
Y'all listen, but she's still dope, so we're gonna give it up for her.
Mm-hmm.
All
But
right.
we're just talking about women's history right now, so it doesn't even matter. But we highlight melanated people. So, but yeah, if you look her up, they don't say nothing about her being melanated, even though clearly.
Homegirl's absolutely melanated, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
She's gorgeous. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying, give her flowers. And then we
Yeah.
have Michaela Omer, is a young entrepreneur who founded her own company, Me and the Bees Lemonade, and uses her platform to advocate for sustainability and social justice. She started her business in 2009. Y'all listen, what y'all know, I always be sipping on stuff, right? I stay sipping on stuff while I'm live because my mouth
Mm-hmm.
be dry. So today's sip of choice was actually Me and the Bees. Y'all, this stuff is
Mm-hmm.
good.
It's so
She is
good.
good. What is this one? I have it says Me and the Bees lemonade with black cherry. Y'all, Publix. They got this at Target.
I'm pretty sure.
I got this one from Publix tonight, y'all.
We also have a
So
TikTok video where I reviewed it, right? On the Melanin
right.
Mindset.
Head over to our
Mm-hmm.
TikTok and you can see Kia's review of Me and the Bees.
Yeah, I love it. So I'm not a person who likes super, super, super sweet drinks, and this is sweetened with honey and sugar cane, or is it just honey?
Let me see. It's cane sugar,
It's
honey,
cane,
lemon
sugar, and
juice.
honey, and all it just tastes so. It's very delightful. It it is a very delightful drink,
You can literally name everything that's in this
and you can
drink.
read the ingredients and spell them probably too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I just looked over that.
Yep.
She use natural vegetable color.
Hmm.
Wow.
That's a good
Dark
stuff.
sweet cherry juice. This
It's
is
good.
bussin', y'all. So for $2 and some change, and it's actually on sale right now at Publix. So go.
Get your lemonade.
Yeah, it says it calls it a lemonade stand in a bottle.
Hmm.
Can you see it, friend? Is it coming through?
Yeah.
Me and the
Yep.
bees.
We can
Bam.
see it. Hmm.
Okay. So yeah, that's that. Well, friend, next
Dress
week.
up. Hmm.
Listen, so we did say we were gonna do the episode Men Don't Do That or What Men Don't Do, right? But we realized it was Women's History Month and we hadn't said nothing yet. And we the Melanin Mindset and we are
You you don't know what's in her lemonade.
you sure don't. Um Anywho, we said we wanted to do the episode What Men Won't Do, right? Or
I
Men
think it.
Don't Do That.
Yeah, and it was better to push it anyway because it shouldn't have been in Women's History Month.
Right. And so we decided we'd go ahead and finish this up before we brought the men out and let them come play. But we are still in search of some men, okay? So if you are interested in joining the Melanin Mindset for an episode to discuss the things that men should or shouldn't be doing, okay? Or even if you're okay with whatever fluid concept of relationship you have with your male friends. And this is not a plea to the guys who have their a male as their love interest. We're looking at it from a place where we have men that are platonic friends.
Oh, they're
Okay,
called cisgender
cisgendered men. Friend, I'm not
men.
doing this with you. So it's too much. It's too much right now. Y'all forgive me, okay? And you are think Michael B. Jordan and what's his name?
Majors. I can't,
Majors.
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. All right, so y'all know how they did their little photo shoot where they was hugged up and they did all their different, poses, and a
Hmm.
lot of guys had problems with that, but they don't see anything wrong with having a fluid male friend. Like me
Hmm.
and Kia would definitely take a picture hugging, or we might, She sent me a TikTok early this week. If people don't question your relationship status with your friend, like, is that really your best friend? So it's like, think about it. Is it okay for a guy to have that same level of friendship with another male or cisgendered male?
Don't hurt
That's it,
yourself,
right?
girl. Now them pictures was bad.
Friend, this is not cool. I'm
Yeah.
gonna need you to fill in my blanks, okay? So that way I can get it right. I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to learn some more. But yeah, so we're looking for someone to accompany us on the Melanin Mindset to talk it out, okay? So we'll be looking at it at a perspective of friends, if you will. Let's just stick to bros.
Mhm.
So we're looking at from the concept of friends, if you will. All right. And then friend, I think we want to also point to the masculine and feminine aspect of things as well with that episode. So y'all, please feel free to hit us up. The melanatedmindset at gmail.com is down below if you're interested in joining the Melanin Mindset, or comment on any of our content, seriously, and we will find you and talk to you and get plugged in. So y'all, with that being said, friend, I'm good. You good?
I'm good.
Y'all, it's been real. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Thank you so much for tuning into the Melanin Mindset, and we will be back next week, Monday, same time, same place, same channel. Peace.